Good morning. Hey, what's up, y'all? So I'm up early this morning, getting ready for my walk, but I had a message that I needed to respond to, and it got me thinking because I run into this thing where I hear people say buen, and then of course some say Buenos Dias. I say of course, but no, I started thinking, am I hearing things or no? And is buen dia an abbreviation of Buenos Dias? And sometimes I say Buenos Dias and it seems like people look at me crazy. Well, I know one time, I know a funny story. I had gotten so into autopilot about learning just Buenos Dias that I caught myself one day. It was like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the day, and I'm still walking around saying Buenos Dias. And I had been doing that. This was like my first trip, I think. No, actually, it was my second trip. So the whole first trip, when I was out, I was saying it. And the second time I was here, I was out and I was saying it until in the middle of it, my time here, I caught myself. So I'm like, oh man, no wonder people was looking at me crazy. But what happened is people are still looking at me sometimes when I say Buenos Dias. Now I may be saying it funny too, but I also noticed that sometimes it sounds like people are just saying buen or dia. I'm like, well, am I hearing things or am I just missing it? So I looked it up and I said, not today, but I had created a project over here. This is something relatively new that ChatGPT started. It's wonderful. Projects are like folders. So I started a project called travel research. And what I just did this morning though, was I wanted to start a new thread that I could use just for my study of the language and the culture, because I've actually find myself doing that quite often. And so what I did was the first thing I typed in here was language and culture study. And this is kind of because I know that they're going to assign, like the first phrase or a couple of words as the label for that thread. I just do it this way because I already start off with the label I want and I can still change it later. As far as how ChatGPT is going to interpret, like, okay, yeah, language and cultural study. What about it? And it might also give you ideas. Actually, that's just something that might be a useful tip for you. First of all, start you some projects for whatever thing you're going to be revisiting. Second of all, start each prompt with what you want to be the title or label for the thread. And then do your thing. All right, so to the actual lesson I learned today. Buen dia literally means good day. And that's why some people was responding, later in the day with buen dia. It's a shorter, more casual greeting in some Spanish-speaking countries like Argentina and Uruguay, commonly used in the morning or early afternoon as a general greeting. It could be used as a general greeting. Now, Buenos Dias only means good morning. Or, it literally means good morning. It's more widely used across most Spanish-speaking countries, typically used around midday or early afternoon. That's interesting. It's still used early afternoon. But both are appropriate if you are unsure. Buenos Dias is a safer and more common choice. And then my boys taught me that one. Well, in the Dominican Republic, including Puerto Plata, the most common and expected way, or I said it was the most common way, I said Buenos Dias. But in formal settings, Dominicans often use que lo que, a casual greeting equivalent to what's up. Additionally, saludos or buenas, that's what I'd be hearing too. And so now this is why this is good, because I'm no longer wondering and guessing, what am I hearing? This is what they're saying. Buenas, commonly used when entering public spaces or joining groups. Using these greetings appropriately will help you connect with locals and show respect for Dominican customs. So there you have it. That is my lesson for the day how long is this? 6 minutes? There is another part to this. I'll do that later.